Back in the locker room with Tuncha Wolf, and joining us, a fellow brethren of the offensive line, offensive captain and center of the Pittsburgh River Rats, Tony Morgan. Tony, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Look at that dude. He looks like you.
We're brothers of the skull. You just knuckle up. There you go.
That's right.
So you couldn't do this because you got kind of a pinhead, doesn't you?
Well,
and it's kind of funny shape.
Yeah,
definitely.
You got to have. You got to be confident in knowing that you got a good skull.
You know, you guys definitely have bald heads. Anyways, Tony, playing center in the Arena League, or actually in the American Indoor Football Association. Last year you played in Johnstown.
Yeah.
This year with Pittsburgh. Halfway through the season, which is a better experience?
Well, they're both. It's a great opportunity to play in both cities, but Pittsburgh is just home. The organization's better off, coaching's better, and it's just great to be home and play in front of your family and friends. They don't have to travel 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get there.
Tony, what keeps you in the game? I mean, this is a game that it isn't easy.
No.
It's not like continuing, you know, after baseball, maybe you continue to play in some of the summer leagues. I mean, this is a tough sport. And when you microwave all that action down there, it seems to me that the chances of injury rise even greater because everything, you know, you got the kiboshes going to the wall and you pile up and so forth. Talk about the fact why it is that what draws you to this game.
Ever since I was born, I felt like I've been on it, pull on this earth to play this game. I love this game. I'll go crazy without this game. I'll drive my wife crazy without playing. And I just love the fact that everything's tight in because you get to hit more people. You don't have to run as far to hit them and be a lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Good point.
That's
you don't have to run.
That's good thinking.
I didn't think about that. You don't have to run as far to hit anybody.
That's true.
And it's just everything's compact. The calls are easy. The stunts are actually the game is for us. We don't have to worry about D-line stunts all the time. Linebackers blitzing. They're only allowed to blitz through the A gaps, so they're not allowed outside.
Oh, really?
Stunts.
No. So they got to bring it right up the pipe, huh?
Yeah, it's face to face.
So what happens? All right, you're tied up with one guy. You see that backer coming through. Do you stick the keister out, or you go for the leg trip?
Most of our protections are gap protections.
Okay.
So we'll just slide to a gap, and then I'll peel. I'm the one who usually peels back and helps out the fullback because I have both A gaps and the nose.
So do you get a chance to get some blindside shots, some good ones, and bang, just ding them a little?
Can you cut people in that game?
You're allowed to cut.
You're allowed to cut.
Yes.
Oh, it must.
That's
be
on the D-line, not so much downfield.
It's not so much downfield. Now, you know, I was talking to your coach, and Sean was talking about the fact that, you know, this is a stepping stone, and obviously you view it as a stepping stone as well. What's normally the progression from the American Indoor Football Association? Is it to Arena or to NFL Europe? Or?
Well, last year there were several guys that made to Arena 1 during the season, and then after the season they either signed deals with Arena 1 teams or to the CFL. There hasn't been anybody made to the NFL.
Canadian football.
Yeah.
Oh.
They look hard at arena players.
Is that right?
Oh, okay. Now, do people get called up during the season? Did I hear you say?
Yes.
So that's kind of like in baseball. You just never know when your number might get called.
Yeah, you could get a phone call. I can get a phone call tomorrow and be gone.
Wow.
Oh, well, we'll be hoping for that. Not for Sean, but for you. So, is it better now? How much you weigh?
305, 300.
Is it in this game? Is it better to be bigger or faster?
Well, the speed is there because it's such a condensed field. But for linemen, most of the linemen are 300 pounds plus.
Now, what's the breathing like? Because, you know, we used to play in the domes, and, I mean, sometimes they get really hot.
We had the opposite our first home game because there was ice.
Yeah, they were on top of the ice.
We're on top of the ice, so it had to be 32 degrees, and it was about 30 degrees in the arena.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That was fine by me.
Run all day.
It's fine by me.
Oh, that's where fat guys can run all day.
Our last home game, they turned the heat off, and it goes outside temperature, so it was pretty hot.
Okay.
We didn't like that.
Now, how hard is it for big guys when you race in and out? You got to get to the bench. Do you go over the wall or you step through the door?
I step through the door.
Oh, you're a door stepper. You don't get elevated.
I might slide off of it coming in.
Okay.
Coming onto the
field.
Then
you can take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can have sort of an ungraceful exit from the field, I would think.
Absolutely.
Well, these are things you got to
not people as athletic as you.
Well, you know, of course not. But everybody has a little kibosh on the exit every now and then. It happens, right?
Yeah, we had players do that before.
What's the best thing about playing indoors? What's the? I mean, you played indoor. You're playing indoors. You've played outdoors. Obviously, you played at Cal U and at Plum High School before that. What's the biggest difference?
Fun.
Fun.
This
More fun.
The whole game is circled around having fun for the fans, for everything. It's not called the No Fun League.
Yeah.
We're encouraged to actually celebrate after touchdowns, during big plays. Celebrate. It's
you got a TD dance?
Not a TD dance, but we got a couple.
He's not going to score a touchdown.
Well, you never know.
Have you scored a
Could happen.
touchdown?
No, I haven't scored a touchdown.
Okay.
We have group celebrations.
Group celebration.
Okay, now what's the best group celebration?
We haven't really had a group
So you
per se for us, but I have a little thing with David Dinkins that we do.
Okay.
We do a little forearm shiver.
Little forearm? Do you ever
we do a little
over forearm
alternating
a little?
forearms, and we
Okay.
flex.
Then you flex.
Yeah, we
there
flex
you
on
go.
the other teams.
So let me see the flex, the double pipe shot.
Oh, we do a double pipe shot.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
pipe shot.
Wolf used to do the hokey pokey when
And you turn
when
yourself
when the
around.
offense
That's
scored a
what it's all about.
You played at Cal U, and
For Lucky, right? For John Luckhart.
John Luckhart, old
Fine
buddy of ours.
coach.
Yeah,
Good buddy.
The progression. Now, did you get a chance right into the American Indoor Football Association?
I actually played for Ohio Valley Greyhounds in the United Indoor Football League, and that was for 4 games, and then I quit that because I had a workout with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
No kidding.
They told me I was too short.
What
so.
year? They told us that too.
yeah.
They told. How tall
See,
are
you should have been
6'2".
back in the
So
80s.
you're taller than we are.
Yeah.
Or was saying that's right.
Back in the 80s, though, see, with that skull and that amount of strength and compactness, you'd have been perfect for the
Was it
trapping
Malarkey
game.
the head coach when you went up there?
Yes.
Oh, and so the offensive line coach was McNally, Jim McNally.
They wanted.
Yeah, how can he tell you're too short? He's only 5'4". That's right.
Yeah,
Everybody looks tall.
he's a squirt.
to Jimmy
Well, they
Mack.
wanted the guards and centers to interact, so they had to be like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, like, to me, that is one of the greatest injustices that's done to
Yeah,
guys.
that's
Because, you can get some of these jabronis, they're 6'8". My goodness, they can hardly, move down the field without, stumbling all over the place.
It definitely came a numbers game. It's not a players game anymore.
Yeah, a little bit different.
So when you went up there, it must have been great. You're sitting there going, "Wow, this is a shot." And so you went up there for workout. And so what did he now? Do they NFL coaches see tapes of indoor football games?
They can get their hands on them. Yeah, anybody can come to our games.
So do you guys tape your games?
Yeah, we have
So you
tapes
watch-
that we make DVD copies, and anybody can get a copy of them.
Oh, that's great. Now, when you were up in Buffalo, by the way, did you happen to stop by the Anchor Bar, the home of the chicken wing?
I didn't have time for
That's
He
a
went to
shame.
play
Business-
football.
Well, I
business
understand that, but he's a big guy, and you go to Buffalo, that's the mecca of wingdom.
Wings.
Yeah, chicken wings, that's where it was born.
That's right. Until the Anchor Bar, chicken wings were a throwaway item to
That's
all
right.
restaurateurs.
Exactamundo, my friend.
Yeah, and then you're the one that brought him out of retirement.
Well, I did. When I went to Syracuse my first year as a freshman, they said that when
First year as a freshman?
Well, first
how many
year.
how many years did you
I
have?
struggled in academics, as we know.
No.
I went there, my first physical, they drew blood, and they said my blood was 40% chicken fat.
Now, do the offensive line hang together on an indoor football team like they do at Cal U or wherever
Yeah, I
else?
call them my little ducklings. They follow me around.
Your ducklings.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. So are you kind of like one of the elder statesmen of the team?
One of them, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your captainship, and
They call you Pops?
No.
no, you wouldn't have that. You give them a little bit of the bitter bing.
Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So, do you get nervous for the games? You know how when we played, we got nervous. I'm sure as an offensive lineman, all offensive linemen get nervous. Do you get nervous for these indoor games?
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, if the butterflies stop, it's time to stop. That means you're not into it. You're just there.
Funny, Sam Davis said the same thing to me my rookie year, and that was he was 12 years in the league.
Yeah.
If you ever run out of butterflies, it's time to hang them up.
Well, Tony, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it, and we wish you the best. We hope that you take the next step and the next step, and would love to see you playing on Sundays.
Thanks very much.
And remember, Anchor Bar in Buffalo.
That's right. That's right.
I'll check it
Bar
out.
none is the best wings anywhere.
And if you ever want to go through your first freshman year over again, you can learn from what
I can teach you.
All right, we're going to
right through it.
take a break. Come back. Greg Linnelli will be right here in the locker room.
Real freshman.